coverage of the basketball tournament from Omaha, where they love their Creighton Blue Jays so much so they put an alumni team into TBT. That alumni team takes the floor now inside Sokol Arena on the campus of Creighton University to face Team Overtime in a first-round TBT 2022 showdown. Welcome courtside, everybody. It's great to be with you. I'm Chris Foster. My job tonight is to make sure that Seth Greenberg doesn't talk too much.
That's impossible.
You ready to go, big boy?
I'm ready to go, and I'll tell you what, this is what TBT is all about. Because, you know, the TBT, no marshmallows need to apply. I don't care about your pedigree. I don't care about your reputation. I don't care if you're going to be a first-round draft choice. Because in the TBT, you know where you get it done? You get it done between the lines. We just saw Jackson underdogs almost knock off always us. Well, you know what? We've got a great matchup here, but it's going to be one between the lines. Two teams, the hardest playing, toughest team will find a way to win this game.
I'm off to a bad start. Now, this is your first time watching TBT.
You're killing me, Ray.
Here's a look at some overviews of the tournament structure. It's a $1 million winner-take-all tournament in its 9th season. 64 teams, single elimination. Omaha is one of 8 regions hosting a portion of this tournament. Boeheim's Army, a Syracuse alumni team, is the defending champion. We're about to see another alumni team take the floor on its home court, the Creighton alumni team. The Elam ending, we'll talk a little bit more about that, especially as we get closer to the end of the game. Here is a look at the Omaha region bracket. This is the final game of the first round. As Seth mentioned, we had a classic moments ago wrap up between Always Us, an Oregon alumni team, and the Jackson Underdogs. All chalk so far, and the Omaha Blue Crew certainly hopes to keep it that way, but this overtime team, Seth, is one of the more unique teams that has ever entered the basketball tournament.
They have 3 draft-eligible players for next season. Obviously, 2 players that potentially could go in the top 5 in the NBA draft. And the Thompson twins, they're long, they're athletic, they're skilled, and they're basically working towards that goal and having a chance to play against grown men for the first time this year.
But this Omaha Blue Crew team has got the home crowd behind it. It's nearly stuffed inside DJ Sokol Arena. And it's an Omaha Blue Crew team that got knocked out in heartbreaking fashion in the second round last year, but now they've got home court, Coach.
Yeah, it's a big-time home court. It's going to be a great environment right now. And obviously a great basketball city, this city of Omaha, with a great tradition at Creighton. And Austin Chapman and Marcus Foster, 2 mainstays for this Creighton program. You know, you've also got a guy on the bench that he's not going to play, but he might have an impact in the game somehow, some way, and that's Dougie McDermott, the assistant coach of the Blue Crew.
So it's an interesting roster composition when you look at Team Overtime. It is a hodgepodge of some guys with significant overseas experience, but also some really young players that haven't even graduated from the high school game yet. A couple of draft-eligible players on this Team Overtime roster. That is a TBT first. And the twins, Amen and Ausar Thompson, projected 2023 lottery picks, a big part of Team Overtime's roster and a big part of whether or not they'll advance to the second round here tonight. And the third member of our broadcast crew, King McClure, is going to get the twins at some point, we hope, as we get ready to tip off here in Omaha. Our TBT rules brought to you by Sling. 4 9-minute quarters, 4 timeouts per game. The rules are an interesting blend of NBA, college, and international basketball. You're disqualified after your 6th personal foul. That's like the NBA. Once the ball hits the rim on a shot, anybody can play it. That's like the international game. And the Elam ending is implemented at the finish every time. More on that when we get into the 4th quarter. All right, we've got King McClure standing by now.
I'm here with Ausar and our man Thompson. Being a part of this stage, playing at one of the highest levels is why you chose overtime. What does this mean to you?
It means a lot to me. But it's just like any other game for real. You know, if there are no fans here too. So, you know, just got to play basketball. You know, basketball is basketball.
Thank you for your time. Let's get back to the game.
All right, King, thank you very much. And that is Ausar, number 0, and Amen, number 1. You got that, Coach?
I got that, but I'm probably sure I'll mess it up during the course of the game. But I'll tell you, with both of these guys, I had a chance to watch them on film a little bit, and they're both really skilled, extremely athletic, unselfish, dynamic players. I mean, this is a game that NBA scouts will be watching because it's the first time they're going to be playing against adults. Now, in overtime, they play against competition. They play against themselves, which obviously is a group of very talented players. They play against like-type schools, but they haven't had a chance to play against guys that have graduated, played professionally,
grown men
in this type of environment. So this is going to be interesting. And Jason Gordman is another player on their team, but they also have a foundation of this team. You know, having Malcolm Thomas, who played with Kawhi Leonard at San Diego State, is a big thing. So they have some maturity along with some very, really talented young prospects.
We are just about ready to go. First round coverage of the basketball tournament, winner to the second round, and more importantly, a chance at $1 million still on the table. It's Ken Perkins to take the tip for the Omaha Blue Crew, and Malcolm Thomas didn't hear the signal. The Creighton alumni team wins the tip, and we are underway. The nightcap from Omaha. Good stakes, good sports, good schools here in the heartland. Here's Perkins, started by Amen Thompson, and the rebound pulled down by Thomas.
And a solid defensive possession. They ran a little lob play, the Blue Crew, and overtime did a really nice job of guarding it. And here's a lob play in the other direction.
Amen to his brother Ausar. It was covered up, and here comes Trayshawn Thurman the other way, and a whistle and a foul in front of overtime's bench.
I think an NBA Summer League game broke out. Both teams ran a lob play the first possession.
Well, that's what we heard at practice, as a matter of fact. We watched Josh Jones, the head coach for Omaha Blue Crew, install a lob play to start the game in practice earlier today. Thomas misses the layup, and Perkins the rebound for the Creighton alumni team.
And Marcus Thornton, who's going to be the point guard for this overtime team, former William & Mary player, NBA draft prospect.
Big block shot by Billy Roy White, who also played at San Diego State on this overtime roster.
Really good job by right here. Look at White come from the weak side. Thornton was the 45th pick in the NBA draft, coming out of William & Mary, and he's a big physical guard.
Trayshawn Thurman for 3. Slow start offensively to this game. Over a minute in, and a takeaway by Ronnie Harrell. Harrell could be an X factor for this Omaha Blue Crew, but he's blocked by Thompson, Amen Thompson, and a foul now called on Ausar Thompson.
Ronnie Harrell's a really good basketball player, maybe the most complete player on this team. Really can score the ball, good feel for the game. Admon Gilder, who played at Gonzaga and Texas A&M, a high-level player.
Deverell Biggs pocketing the basketball right now. He hit the game winner in the first round for Omaha Blue Crew last year. He's off to a good start tonight. Bucket and a foul for Biggs.
Really good job of Biggs snaking that thing back and getting to the front of the rim. And you got to keep the ball in front right there. If you're in drop coverage, Biggs gets to the rim. Maintaining an intensity, playing through the physicality. The big thing for this overtime team, the young guys, not Thornton and the veteran players like Williams, is going to be, the challenge is going to be to play through the physicality of this game, because TBT is a more physical game than they've experienced. Talent will not be an issue.
Playing shares sent by Zell as Marcus Thornton barely grazes iron. Malcolm Thomas the rebound to save it for overtime. Ausar Thompson, my goodness. Amen Thompson, I beg your pardon. And he comes up with the steal to his brother Ausar, and Ausar is fouled.
This is a high-level play right here on the kick-out, drive the closeout. Become a part of a poster right there. Amen. In more ways than one.
And Ausar Thompson misses the free throw.
That was a high-level athletic play.
3-2 game, 2 minutes in.
You see the length and the activity.
Edmund Gilder hangs on to the rock. Here's Biggs. He pops it up. And Ausar Thompson helps win the basketball for overtime. A lot of blue inside Sokol Arena. They disagreed with that call.
Yeah, they might have been correct, but I like the activity of overtime's defense right now. And, you know, to have some maturity on the floor, to have Thomas and to have Thornton on the floor, I think is really, really important for this team.
Ausar Thompson turns it over. Trayshawn Thurman with a flush on the other end.
Thurman having a very good career in the G League, played for Grand Rapids and Stockton Kings, and he is a legit athlete that can make plays. And unselfish, mature basketball. In transition, what do? Good deflection, head up. Good job right there. Giving it up, you get it back. Thurman with a finish.
Easy bucket for Ausar Thompson on a set-piece inbound play. And it's a 1-point lead for Omaha Blue Crew now. Biggs shrugs off contact. Thurman with some wiggle. Harrell steps inside the arc and knocks it down.
Harrell is really just a good basketball player. Played over in Israel.
Thornton misses badly. Malcolm Thomas with the rebound, and Ausar Thompson misplays the glass. Ken Perkins. Off the front iron, and a foul called in the battle for the rebound.
Billy Roy White slowed the ball. That's his second foul, which will impact, obviously, overtime and his experience. Austin Chapman coming into the game, a fan favorite, an elite point guard with all Big East tourney. 3-year starter for Creighton. Tremendous leader.
Here's Harrell. Thomas the rebound. Jayzian Gortman on the ball for overtime. Another one of the 4 draft-eligible players for team overtime. Took his eye off the ball. Harrell in his grill now. Gortman slams on the brakes. A little bit short. The rebound pulled down by Marcus Foster. Just off the bench for Josh Jones. Underhand to Perkins for 3 is short. Harrell keeps the play alive.
That's a hook.
It's an offensive foul. You're absolutely right.
That's a hook. Blue Crew needs to start moving the basketball a little bit. Everything's a back down in an ISO. I mean, you look at this team, right? Gortman, obviously, is going to be draft eligible. The Twins are going to be draft eligible, but they're complemented, obviously, by experienced players. I think this is a great opportunity, and this is what overtime is trying to give these guys, an opportunity to play against the older players, an opportunity to be in a tough environment and compete and play through that environment, which is so important as these guys grow as players and competitors.
Devin Dorsett with a step back, and it swirls down over Manny Suarez. That ties the game. Foster knocks down a three-pointer. Both teams heating up. White eyeing up Suarez. He takes him to the cup, and it's thrown down by Ausar Thompson.
You better put a party on that guy, because if you don't, there's going to be an issue.
You can see why Ausar and Ausar Thompson are projected top 5 overall NBA draft picks next year. Foster just misses from deep. Here's Thornton the other way. Dorsett turns it over. Foster. Euros blocked by Ausar Thompson. Out of bounds, it stays with the Omaha Blue Crew.
High-flying athletes attacking the basket. Get out of the way! And in the other direction, terrific transition and the finish. We got a big-time game going on here in Creighton.
The basketball tournament is presented by Puma Basketball and by E&J Brandy, the official spirit of TBT. Omaha Blue Crew versus Team Overtime. First round coverage of the basketball tournament. Team Overtime trails by 1, but Ausar and Ausar Thompson have already provided some highlight reel plays.
Yeah, both those high-flying athletes play really, really hard. And then you see Ausar getting to the glass. You got to put a body on him and cut him out. And Ahmed, his ability to make plays on the defensive end. That's Ausar again right there with the block. But both players coming out, playing hard, being active defensively, playing above the rim, playing downhill. All the things that you expect from guys that are projected as potential lottery picks.
So Team Overtime, we mentioned, one of the more unique TBT entrants ever. Suarez knocks down the three-pointer for Omaha Blue Crew. They have 4 draft-eligible players on their roster. That's a TBT first. And Overtime is an organization that was founded just last year. Ausar Thompson is fouled. Coached to provide an alternative path to professional basketball for young players through a very competitive league, a year-round development
their league
program.
is within themselves. The development program is obviously year-round. They are having a scholarship component so that the players would not lose their eligibility as opposed to getting paid to play. So I think they're trying to find themselves a full service opportunity for young talented players that maybe want to find a different path to get and fulfill their dream.
Suarez hooks a pass to Foster, and around it goes. Jahen's Managak knocks down the three-pointer.
Really good basketball right there. Get a paint touch, make an extra pass, knock down that three. Now they're starting to trap Ausar. Heads up.
Out of play. Omaha Blue Crew ball. And again, this is a young overtime team in a hostile environment right now. That's getting them on them a little bit. How will they handle it?
Yeah, they're getting blitzed. That ball screen trap right there. I'll tell you where I'm most impressed with the Twins so far is what they've done defensively. They are long and athletic defensively.
They sure are. I mean, more impressive in person than they are on the stat sheet, that's for sure.
Now the fourth man, Elam Martin, just committed that foul. He played in high school when he was in high school for Charlie Ward, the Heisman Trophy winner and New York Knicks.
Suarez, his second three-pointer.
Suarez, his ability to make shots will open up the floor. But look at this, you're talking about 6'6" with a handle, but they'll look to trap all these ball screens if they can. Get up underneath and use some physicality on Amin and Ausar.
Malcolm Thomas drops it in. Much needed bucket for team overtime.
Again, this is where Gortman's extremely athletic and can pressure the ball, number 6.
Suarez has it stripped. Here's Jalen Martin. Showtime.
Elam Martin's got a great body and can really shoot the basketball. And nice job defensively being in that gap. And
Suarez coughs it up, but bats the ball to Foster, and that's a goaltend.
now you can take it off the rim, but you can't take it off the backboard.
Yeah.
And that's the FIBA rule. You can take it off the rim, but once it hits that backboard, you can't take it off the backboard above the rim. And right there, once it hits that backboard, you can't make a play on the ball.
Approaching the final minute of the first quarter. 64-team tournament. You need to win 6 times to take home the $1 million winner-take-all prize. This is just the start of these two teams' journeys. Dorsett, awkward spin on that shot. Thomas is fouled.
And that looked like San Diego State basketball for Thomas. He was a terrific player to play off of another pretty good player, and obviously Kawhi Leonard.
Pretty good, yeah.
Good job wedge rebounding, good shot fake. And that's the nice mix that they have, because they have Thomas who can give them some leadership. They have Thornton who can give them some leadership. They've got Dorsett who can give them some leadership to understand what it's like to play against a larger, more mature group of players.
Got a WNBA game coming up. Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces, Jonquel Jones and the Connecticut Sun. That's a battle between the top team in the West and the Sun are second in the East. That's tomorrow, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific on ABC.
Becky Hammond, what a great job she's done with the Las Vegas Aces. Man, they are good. She's done a terrific job taking them up.
No one boxed out Malcolm Thomas, and then he hit his head hard on the come down from that dunk. He got fouled again, and once he clears his senses, we'll be back at the free throw line.
Malcolm Thomas, the only guy that went to the glass. I mean, you're talking about free throw block. It's real simple. You got to step in and cut people out. He goes to the glass. No one pursues the basketball. No one cuts him out of this. One of the first things you learn when you're a little kid playing ball: block the shooter out. Free throw block out.
Makes that free throw. Thomas has given this overtime team some grit in the face of a veteran Omaha Blue Crew roster. They still lead by 4. on their home floor. Ausar Thompson pokes it out of bounds.
Watches him sit in a stance with active hands and the ground that he covers and his ability to pressure the ball and what I call hand pressure, get deflections. Watch the number of deflections he will get in this game. That's what NBA people look for. How does he cover? What is his range? And his range is offensively and defensively.
Greg Smith for three. Omaha Blue Crew is hitting its shots in the first quarter.
Most of those threes are coming out inside out and on an extra pass. Good pass right there. Travel.
Gortman to Thomas, who walked.
Really nice job, Gortman. Dragging that ball screen, taking two with him, seeing the roller. No one tagged it. He made the right decision.
3.5 seconds left in the first. And a timeout taken by Omaha Blue Crew.
Yeah. Listen.
We've got Omaha's head coach Josh Jones mic'd up. Lend our ears to the Omaha Blue Crew huddle.
Flat, 4 men, raise, guard, deep corner, anybody. Y'all go to the deep corner. Get a bucket. Get a bucket. Let's go. Hey, Jay and Chad.
In the huddle is brought to you
corner.
by Puma. Josh Jones, a good story. He went to high school here in Omaha and played college basketball at Creighton. His time at Creighton spanned both the Dana Altman and Greg McDermott eras.
They're going to try to catch the ball on the run and then space up deep in the corners.
Foster lost it out of bounds with 0.7 of a second left. And now team overtime is going to huddle up to process this final 0.7 of a second.
Not sure I would use that 0.7 of a second timeout, considering you might, again, you get 4 timeouts, you can carry them over, but 0.7 of a second, it's not like you're going to get a good shot or it's going to have an impact. You're going to get something either at the rim or someone over the runner.
Dad, we're right here. Let me have you coming through.
What do you think of the poise of this young overtime team in the first quarter?
As he comes through,
As we listen in to Corey Frazier's huddle.
Running through. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it's been terrific. I really like what they've done defensively in terms of how active they've been. I think Amen and Ausar have been terrific. Gortman, the last play he made off that high ball screen, I think it's really important they have, obviously, Thornton and, on the maturity of those older players with them, Malcolm Thomas and Billy Ray White. And I think that's really important as they continue to kind of settle into this game.
That's the end of the first quarter, 24-17. Omaha Blue Crew, the Creighton alumni team, playing on its home court, hosting a regional for the first time in the history of the basketball tournament, looking for a win to move on to the second round and keep playing in front of its home fans. Got a very talented overtime team standing in their way. We'll return from the campus of Creighton University after this.
How things going?
Good. Finally got everybody back on campus, so most everybody healthy, so it's been good.
What, Pete Sham coming up next week?
Yeah, Wednesday.
How long did you guys have? Wednesday to Saturday?
Wednesday.
TBT action continues across the country through August 2nd when we'll crown the $1 million champion. Get your tickets to any of TBT's regional sites or the final rounds in Dayton at thetournament.com/tickets. Omaha and Creighton University, fantastic hosts for the first round of TBT 2022. We're joined by Creighton's head men's basketball coach, Greg McDermott. I know you have a year-round job, Coach, but are we getting you off the golf course today, or what's summer been like for you?
I may or may not have been on the golf course earlier today.
Yeah, I hope you were.
It wasn't necessarily good, but it's good to be here seeing some of these guys again, and obviously we've got a great crowd. Josh Jones and the Omaha Sports Commission really did a great job to bring this event to Omaha, and we supported it like I thought we would.
How cool is it to see kind of your guys coming back together, like I was saying, having that one more shared experience?
Yeah, it's been awesome, and there's 5 or 6 of them on the team, but there's a couple dozen of them running around the gym that are here watching. So it's been good to see them back, and they've all gone on and obviously had good professional careers. So it's they're turning it over a little more than I'd like, but other than that, they've been pretty good.
Edmund Gilder tips in the last bucket.
Yeah, I'm sure the tough critic right here now. I mean, like, is there any itch to kind of walk by the bench and say, guys, like, we got to run the ball in your hands, be stronger with the ball, get rid of it? Or?
Well, what's really interesting is those two guys sitting over on the bench, Josh and Doug. They're looking at it through a different lens than how they played. That's certainly the case with this. But this has been a lot of fun, and Josh Jones has put his heart and soul into this, and it's great to see it come to fruition.
Got a little elevator action there.
Doug told me they added that yesterday, so that was his little secret play that he pulled out. Obviously, it was one of the plays that was for him, so he remembers most of those.
You think Doug's got a future in coaching?
We'll see. I mean, he likes it, I think, and I know this has been fun being around some of his old teammates.
What's your take? I mean, Coach, you've been around forever. You've been around great players. Obviously, Doug was Player of the Year. When you see these young, talented Thompson kids, what goes through your mind?
Unbelievable. I mean, just the we talked off the air about the impact they have defensively, and they move so easy, and this it's great to have them in town. This is I think a treat for our fans to see a couple of guys that are likely going to be in the draft a year from now.
We're joined by Creighton men's basketball coach Greg McDermott. Omaha Blue Crew up 28-17 now after a slam dunk by Trayshawn Thurman. Have you had any flashbacks watching some of your former players hit the court again?
Well, it's been fun. Marcus Foster obviously was a terrific player for us, and Jahans was part of our great run, and Austin Chapman was the point guard on those teams. And Manny Suarez always told me he could shoot it, and he's proven it again today. So, and then of course Ronnie Harrell was a good player for us as well. So it's been fun to see him, and I'm really proud of more importantly what they've done with their lives outside of basketball. Sure. Many of them are fathers now and husbands, and that's the important stuff.
This community, I mean, like, they love basketball, and they embrace, obviously, your program. I mean, what makes Creighton so special?
Omaha is it's a sports town, Seth, and obviously they've embraced our program, and the support that we get on a yearly basis and a nightly basis is incredible down at the CHI Health Center. But whether it's a College World Series, we've hosted the U.S. swim trials on several occasions. Everything's full. They really embrace sports in this town, and this community knows how to do events, as we're finding out with this one.
Biggs feeds Gilder, soft lay-in.
I'll tell you what, this group knows how to blitz a little ball screen and get in the gap and take away driver lanes too.
Yeah, we used to do some of that. We've changed it a little bit, so they're pretty good. And Trayshawn Thurman grew up here, and Devrell Biggs, have known him since they were kids. So great to have those guys back as part of this team as well.
Marcus Thornton with the three-pointer.
If you guys are fortunate enough to win, you will play Dana Altman's Always Us team. Is that
I think
correct?
they're in a different bracket. I think, don't we play Arkansas? I think if I'm
is
not
that- that's
mistaken.
correct.
Yeah,
That's
I think
correct.
I was gonna say,
if I'm not mistaken.
If I was a betting man, I'd say that it would either be a wager on that or at least a golf game on that.
Yeah, there would be. And, I recruited Casey Benson a couple different times, so it was fun to visit with him after that game. And obviously, a lot of Dana's former players, and his fingerprints are all over the success we've had in our program as well. We're not anywhere close to where we are today without everything that Dana Altman did during the 16 years he was here.
How about the facilities here? I was blown away by the practice facilities.
Yeah, Bruce Rasmussen, who was our AD that just retired a year ago, had an unbelievable vision for our athletic department, and this facility is part of it. Our practice facility, the women's practice facility across the street. From top to bottom, we've got it as good as anybody.
Terrific.
Timeout on the floor. Omaha Blue Crew has opened up a 14-point lead over Team Overtime, and Team Overtime needs to sort some things out. Coach, we really appreciate you stopping by. Thanks very much.
Absolutely. Good to see you guys.
Coach, thanks so much.
Greg McDermott, head coach of Creighton men's basketball, joining us with the Creighton alumni team on the floor in round 1 of TBT. Tomorrow, the final day of the NBA 2K23 Summer League. We'll have the championship game between the Blazers and Knicks at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ESPN. Then it's Suns-Pacers on ESPNU. Wizards-Warriors close it out on ESPN2. It's been a highly entertaining 9 days so far, and that was a highly entertaining discussion that we had with Greg McDermott. Hey, he was very gracious to mention everything that Dana Altman did to get the Creighton program going in the right direction, but he's been in here 12 years. He's got his fingerprints all over this program.
He's done an incredible job. They recruit high-level players. They put them in an incredible system. They play with great spacing. They play with great space. They share the basketball. And you can see he's developed a sense of community. On the other hand, you see the youth of Overtime right now. The youth of Overtime is they haven't seen a physical defense like this. They haven't seen guys in gaps getting deflections with that type of length. They haven't seen blitzes that are that big and playing into the bodies of the offensive players. And, that's why they're here. But it's not just a TBT right now. They're also planning a trip to Europe, all right, to take a group over to Europe to play against professional teams in Spain and throughout Europe. So this is all part of their master plan. They understand this is not going to be easy, but this is part of the maturation process.
Turned over underneath, but Overtime hangs on. Thornton dropped off to Ausar Thompson, who elevates and draws the foul.
And also Thompson, and the one thing they've got to understand is Ausar and Elam, it's great they can get to the rim. It's great but they got to be able to hit a spot, elevate, and jump up and shoot the jumper. Their impact defensively, their athleticism, their length, the energy that they're playing with, all at a very, very high level. Their feel at a very high level.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to take what defense gives you, and that means hit the spot, elevate, and just jump it up and shooting the ball.
Ausar Thompson and his brother Amen, born in Oakland, California, but they moved to Florida for high school. In the Fort Lauderdale area, they went to the Pinecrest School, won a 4A state championship in Florida. And Ausar was named Co-County Player of the Year at the Pinecrest School, and you can probably guess who he shared the award with.
Yeah, his brother.
His
And
brother.
you know what? I tell you the thing that I'm impressed. Great pass right there. I'm impressed with their poise. I mean, they get to the next play.
Yeah.
They don't hang their heads. And they need more out of, quite honestly, Thornton, who right now is, Admon Giller's doing a really good job. Knock that jumper down.
Short from Amen Thompson. Here's Devrel Biggs, who hoists from deep. Ausar Thompson, the rebound. He's quickly trapped. Lob thrown down by Billy Roy White.
And the physicality of this game will also wear down on these guys as the game goes along, because the game's going to be officiated in a different way.
off the Gilder miss.
This is what I love. Look at the poise, patience, good post-up understanding, seeing the matchup.
Here comes Edmond Gilder. Swallowed up inside. White was the first to grab the loose ball for overtime.
He should back this down and get to a good spot right here.
Finds his brother Amen. Thornton, he was drafted by the Boston Celtics. That rims out.
Had an incredible career at William & Mary.
Conference Player of the Year in 2015. Foster nearly stripped. Short.
Last few possessions for Blue Crew, not very good.
Still a 13-point lead, however. Overtime has not been able to shave away much at that deficit. That's an offensive foul. Billy Roy White extended the arm. And that's number 3 on White.
Yeah, this game's just got physical right there. Big sits, Foster sits in a stance, beats him to the spot, takes the charge. This game has gotten physical.
Do about it? What are you going to do about it? We got to. Don't be afraid. Check him one time. One time. One time. Hey, offensively, I want to get you in the continuity playing from short corner to wing. All right? I want Ronnie to work. We want to get them in foul trouble now. They kind of on that slow roast. We got to slow their pace down, all right? Simple as that.
Hey, we got a lot of time. We have a lot of time.
The only place to get your official TBT gear is the TBT store. Support your favorite team and TBT by picking up a hoodie or a t-shirt today. That includes elements from the Seth Greenberg collection. Visit store.thetournament.com for more. We have King McClure standing by. King, we've been talking about the physicality of this game. What's your take on it?
Yeah, this is a grown man's game. This is not for the weak at all. And I think that the Twins are starting to see that a little bit. They had 2 post-ups probably about 2-3 plays ago, 2-3 possessions ago, and they struggled to post up the little guard because they realized the little guard was physical right there. So this is a grown man's game, and if you are any bit of timid, any bit of weak, you will get exposed very quickly. Last year when I played in this, Fonz kept telling me, do not expect a foul call. Go in there and play through the contact because you will not get the call.
Fonz is always right, believe me. I sit with him every Monday and Tuesday. Fonz is never wrong, but King, you're 100% right. Like I always joke, no marshmallows need apply. This is a totally different game than these guys have played. Not that they're not talented enough to play in this game, but they haven't experienced this. Like whether it's getting blitzed on a ball screen, whether a guy's active in a gap, or bluffing in a gap and creating a turnover. This is something that you have to get acclimated to offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you go from high school to college, but they skip the college step and they're playing against pros. So it's a completely different ball game and completely different level of physicality.
I'll tell you what, we can talk about different ball game and physicality, but that finish right there, that catch and finish right there was a big, big time play from Amen. And all of a sudden now they're creating some turnovers. Maybe they can get into some flow, but in the half court, they've got to be a little bit more efficient.
Jason Gortman with a couple of buckets, including a three-pointer there for team overtime.
And the Blue Crew's shot selection has not been good the last 2 or 3 minutes, and overtime has taken advantage of that.
Ronnie Harrell, this is an all-Creighton alumni lineup right now, and Austin Chapman gets the momentum back to the Blue Crew. That snapped a 9-0 run by team overtime, and Ausar Thompson is fouled hard.
That was just a simple high ball screen right there. And Ausar Thompson just absolutely turns the corner. Watch how he cuts the defender off. Watch right here. He goes right into the body of the shot blocker. He's got to keep his chin on the rim, but his acceleration, again, what are NBA scouts looking for? Can he change speeds? Can he get to the rim? Can he play through contact? Can he finish through contact? Can he make plays off of that high spread ball screen, which you see a lot in the NBA? The next thing he'll do is if people go underneath him, will he pull up and shoot that jumper? So this is a great opportunity to get another look at these young, talented players against guys that are playing professionally and more mature, more physical.
8-point game, final minute of the second quarter. Malcolm Foster with the shot fake. And it squirts right past Dion Butte. And a three-pointer by Jahens Managat. Thrown into the corner, Martin keeps it in bounds. Offensive foul.
Managat right here, boom, moves his feet, gets back in front. One kind of lowers his shoulder a little bit. I thought the defense was moving a little bit on that one. But you got to get to the next play. And this is a road game. These guys have not really experienced this type of environment. So this is another learning experience for this group.
Harrell, 4-3. Into the corner to Martin, who answers. Overtime, Elias hit a couple of three-pointers late.
Why wouldn't they get the ball in bounds with 10 seconds left? Now they're not even going to get a shot.
Very strange end to the half, but an 11-point lead for Omaha Blue Crew.
I've been really impressed with Blue Crew in terms of their maturity, their ability to make shots, but I've been really impressed with overtime and the Twins in terms of they have not responded to the adversity of this game, the physicality of this game. They've just gotten to the next play. You see their athleticism, you see their length, you see their commitment defensively, you see the ability to get deflections. This is all part of the learning process, and that's why they're at overtime, and this is the stage they want to play on, and they're getting a great kind of tutorial in what they're looking forward to in their careers.
Omaha Blue Crew with a whole lot of support inside Sokol Arena on Creighton University's campus. Looking to move on to the second round of TBT 2022. Keep chasing that $1 million prize. It's halftime. Back with more from Omaha after these messages. Welcome back to Omaha. If you're a current or former HBCU student and want to make history with E&J Brandy and TBT, visit ejtbt.com to apply for the E&J TBT paid sports internship. The ball is in your court. Welcome back to Omaha. We have the Omaha Blue Crew, the Creighton alumni team, on top 45-34 over team overtime in first-round coverage from Omaha. There's one other region in TBT going on simultaneously to this one, and it's in the Big Apple, Rucker Park, one of the most legendary venues that has ever hosted basketball. And we're so excited that TBT is there. There have been some really exciting finishes in Manhattan as well today.
It's been unbelievable. You think about the first game in Rucker Park, that iconic venue, and have a game winner, Nigel Johnson, coming off a kick out from Isaiah Swan right here. Watch Swan gets to his left hand. And this is Rucker style. Kick it out, send him home. No $1 million for you. And that's what the Rucker Park is all about. Big time plays in a big time environment.
This was a TBT first, and maybe one of the drawbacks to playing at Rucker Park, a rain delay.
These guys, the Yankee crew out here with the tarp.
They're not the Yankees or the Mets. They don't pull tarp very often. Big Five and expats had to relocate to an indoor venue to wrap that game up.
Gaucho Gymnasium, a very famous gymnasium. A lot of great players have played there as well.
But then there was another Elam ender. They all end on an Elam ender, by the way, but that's the 1 seed YGC. This is Marcus Smart's team. YGC, his social media moniker, Young Game Changer. They got it done at the free throw line to knock off the Hoopville Warriors.
And how cool is it, Marcus Smart bringing a team to the Rucker, all right, and trying to impact someone else's life in a most, like, people just don't understand the history of the Rucker and the great players that played there. I mean, if you were a great player back in the day, right, you wanted to bring your game to the Rucker to get people a chance to see you. It was a platform. It was a stage. You think about the great Wilt Chamberlain played at the Rucker. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played at the Rucker. Julius Erving played at the Rucker. Oh, by the way, a guy named Kobe Bryant played at the Rucker. A guy named KD. You don't even need a guy's full name. You just give them their initials. Earl the Pearl played at the Rucker. Connie Hawkins played at the Rucker. Tiny Archibald played at the Rucker. The history of basketball has been played through Rucker Park.
Another chapter being added with the TBT in attendance at Rucker Park. HBC United and Skip to My Lou live on ESPN3. And second round action coming your way tomorrow from Rucker Park on the ESPN family of networks. 1 half left, and that includes the Elam ending, as Creighton's alumni team, the Omaha Blue Crew, looks to move on to the second round. lovely Omaha, hosting TBT's regional coverage to get the basketball tournament 2022 started. Year 9 of the basketball tournament, first time Omaha hosts a regional, and the host team, the Omaha Blue Crew, leads team overtime in the 3-6 matchup, 45-34 as we get ready to start the third quarter.
Yeah, this has been a team of grown men, professional players playing against some young, really, really talented players, but you see the athleticism, you see the length, you see the activity of the Thompson twins, right, and their ability to protect the rim and also get to the basket. That is a high-level play. You better put a body on Ausar Thompson. You see the athleticism, but on the other hand, they did struggle with the physicality of the Blue Crew defense. And this Blue Crew team, they kept on coming at them in waves. They blitzed ball screens. They attacked the basket. They played through contact. And, you know, to me, the biggest challenge for overtime is this is the first time they've seen, say, a blitz in the ball screen with two physical grown men. This is the first time they've seen someone in a gap taking away a driving lane that could put a body on a straight line drive. So it's all part of the learning experience.
It's a great perspective. Give me your thoughts on the first half stats.
Well, I mean, the Blue Crew 8-15 for the three-point line. Most of those three-point shots were uncontested. Manny Suarez, terrific. Comes in the game, knocks down a couple threes, gets to an offensive rebound. And then the turnovers. Because of the physicality, all right, overtime turned the basketball over. Those turnovers allowed the Blue Crew to get out in transition. You see the 16 points off of those turnovers.
King McClure standing by with an update on Greg Smith of the Omaha Blue Crew.
Guys, if anybody wants to win this money, it is Greg Smith. Reason why? His girlfriend, Kayla, who is in the crowd right now, is pregnant, and she can be due any day now. Congrats to Kayla and Greg.
Hey, thanks for the update, King. Great news.
And keep us updated.
I got you.
Trayshawn Thurman has had a really impressive game for Omaha Blue Crew.
Trayshawn Thurman is a very, very good player. Legit size, can really shoot the ball. Has been a very good player in the G League. And again, these are grown men. And this is an opportunity. People don't understand. Like, these guys in the Blue Crew playing against these young, really talented players, this is an opportunity for them to showcase themselves, because NBA GMs and personnel guys are watching these games, all right, because these two guys are on everyone's radar as a potential lottery pick.
Biggs threads it down low, and Ken Perkins misses the close range shot and is blocked by Ausar Thompson. The Thompson twins elevate so quickly.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of Grant Hill in their game. Long, rangy, athletic, quick, play with an explosiveness, feel. I remember Grant Hill coming out of high school. It's a very similar body types and skill set.
South Lakes High School.
Yes, sir. Reston, Virginia.
Winner of this game takes on Team Arkansas, University of Arkansas alumni team, in the second round tomorrow night. Perkins misses from deep, and here's Ausar Thompson.
So they're gapping him and just keeping him in front. He's got to be able to shoot a jumper, and there's Malcolm Thomas just trying to back down and make a play. Really good patience by Malcolm Thomas. Can't let him catch the ball 2 feet in the lane. He was a very good player on a very good San Diego State team.
Thomas has got 7 points, and Biggs throws that off the side of the backboard. Overtime still has a chance to get back in this game, and a foul is called against Omaha Blue Crew. Jahens Rethers on Ken Perkins, and pleasantries exchanged.
Raising the temperature, baby. That's what it's all about. These guys are raising the temperature.
Oh, you weren't talking about that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and those are two mature veteran players playing either in G League or internationally that are prideful. Now to play down the other end, Briggs has got to give the ball up. I mean, that's a bad, trying to prove his point by creating an angle of a score over Thompson. Probably not a good decision. This game is wide open right now. What a great play by
Admon Gilder. You guys are tight. He's one of your guys.
Admon Gilder, I got a chance to see him when he was at Texas A&M, so I got a chance to see him at Gonzaga. He's a terrific young man who's worked really, really hard. Also at the Adidas All-American Camp. Just a really good person that loves the game and really works on his game. That's just a bad shot.
Deverell Big skips it up to Thurman, who is fouled. You can count it.
What a pass, what a catch. Really just a big, big time play. Watch this, misses a little Magic Johnson. Boom, long bounce pass. Right on the money. Good catch, look it in your hand. That's a result of taking a bad shot. Like here, this is real simple. You don't have Marcus Thornton on the team to take a bad shot. You have Marcus Thornton on the team to lead, get everyone in offense, and settle down these young players.
To be honest, Trayshawn Thurman is the guy that I'm most impressed with that maybe was a little under the radar going into this game.
Yeah, but Thurman's had success in the G League. There's another
foul on Harrell.
These kids are proud to be playing here in this environment, in their city, representing their school, putting that jersey on one more time. And they're also prideful to understand they're playing against a group of really talented young players that they're part of their maturation process.
White for three. It's good. 13-point lead for Omaha Blue Crew. Biggs throws it up, and it's thrown down by Ken Perkins. Perkins with the steal. Gilder is fouled, and that's number 4 on Billy Roy White.
It's the defensive pressure, it's the physicality, it's taking something away. That's what this thing is all about, and Billy Roy White losing it a little bit right there. That's a terrific pass right there by Biggs, but I'll tell you what was bigger than that. The start of that play, they had a chance to what I call level him off, contain the basketball. Instead of jabbing at the ball, both twins tried to jab at it. They got to learn to try to keep that thing in front, just slow the ball down. And that, again, that's all part of the process. But these are high-level college players that played in the Big East, that are playing in the G League, that are playing at a high level internationally, all right? That are fiercely competitive and understand how to play. And this is just a new experience for these young, talented players.
Winning shares of the $1 million TBT prize are sent with Zelle. 71,000 and some change coming Admon Gilder's way if Omaha Blue Crew wins 6 games. This is game 1. It's an Omaha Blue Crew team that is in its 2nd TBT. They returned almost the exact same roster from a squad that almost knocked off the Aftershocks in the 2nd round last year in Wichita. Aftershocks, a Wichita State alumni team. Ausar Thompson dropped off to his brother Amen, who's fouled.
That's a high-level play. That's a high-level play, and it's a great job, obviously, of Amen reading the defense, turning his head, and making a back cut, and we can see that again. You're talking about, here's the move. Watch the defense. As soon as Amen Gilder turns his head, that is just a really Amen with a terrific back cut and a terrific pass. That's understanding spacing. It's understanding reading the defense and just making a really good decision.
I mean, these guys are literally projected to go back-to-back in the 2023 NBA draft. Ausar pegged at number 4 in ESPN's 2023 mock draft, and Amen pegged at number 5. It's a shame that they will not play for the same team because they have great chemistry together. Craig Smith misses the layup, tries a reverse, and it's pulled down by Amen Thompson. Here's Marcus Thornton. Jalen Martin for 3. He's got a good shot. Yeah, he's a big-time shooter, is right.
That's the best decision Thornton has made. Every time overtime's made a run, Blue Crew has responded.
You were getting ready for that one.
I had it, don't worry, but I had you back up it.
You sure? A foul called on Craig Smith, who ended up on the floor on that play. Overtime ball.
I am so impressed with the Twins' ability to just get to the next play. Well, we've watched 2.5 quarters. They have not changed their expression. They haven't gotten too high. They haven't gotten too low. They've been extremely focused. They're not impacted by the crowd. They're not impacted by any static that surrounds this game, which is really impressive for 2 young guys that are obviously under the spotlight.
6 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist for Ausar Thompson, number 0. His twin brother Amen, 7 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. And Amen tries to get it in and does to Marcus Thornton, who's a 3rd-year TBT veteran. Played for Armored Athlete and Team Hines, and now joins Team Overtime in its inaugural TBT run. An air ball that time from Martin, and here comes Marcus Foster. Deverell Biggs. Amen Thompson used his 6'9" wingspan to wrap around Biggs and knock the ball free.
He impacts the game on both ends, and his ability to get deflections. Deflection is such a big part of the game. His ability to get his hands on passes, to pressure the basketball, have hand pressure on the ball handler. It's been really impressive.
Gilder with some wiggle.
It's a bad possession right there.
Chance to make it a single-score game, single-digit game, I should say. Amen Thompson misses in traffic. Foster puts his head down. Reverse! Whistle and a foul.
Marcus Foster.
44.
And Marcus Foster in transition, a little change of speed. You got to keep the ball in front. Good job of using the rim with the finish, Marcus Foster. Set. Nice
Thank you. All right.
Okay. Hi, Shay. I'm Chris.
Hey, Shay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh.
You're right. It's all right. This is part of the process.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
It's not fun, but it's part of the process.
Yeah.
And they're helping.
Screen underneath. They're going to switch that first. Make sure Billy is catching high. You're getting out of the way. Billy has the ball. I'm sorry. Malcolm has the ball. Looking at that for the line. Jay Gordon was screening hard. Got it? Malcolm's coming to you for the handoff. Turn the corner. Should have Marcus over here. Got it? Turn the corner. Now, if you want to call a step up on that, come screen it this time. We catch in the middle. Go hard to the basket. Defensive. Hard. Don't get caught. Right here. You allow this.
Here is our next WNBA game, and it's going to be a good one. Asia Wilson and the Aces are out east in Connecticut to take on Jonquel Jones and the Sun. Las Vegas top team in the West. The Suns are second in the East. Maybe a WNBA Finals preview. That's tomorrow, 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific on ABC. and the ESPN app. Welcome back to Omaha. TBT Round 1 coverage continues. Team Overtime versus the Omaha Blue Crew. We are joined by the general manager of Team Overtime, Shay Dawson. Thanks so much for joining us. How are you doing watching your team compete in TBT? And welcome, by the way.
Thank you, man. I'm excited. Our young guys have been working all year. They're ready to show off their packages, and I think they've done that already. So I'm just excited to show what we can do.
Yeah, they sure have. Seth.
What made you want to get involved in basketball, helping young people kind of fulfill their dreams and be part of their journey?
Yeah, well, my mom was a single mother, and we had a YMCA down the street from our house, so we got to go there and spend all of our days there. My brother is Malcolm Thomas. I helped raise him.
He's at the free throw line right now.
Yes,
Very
to be
cool.
a pro and an amazing man, and he is that. And so I just share my love with all of those boys the same way I would with Malcolm. So
I'll tell you, Malcolm Thomas is a really good player.
Really good
I'm sure
player.
you're very, very proud of
I'm
him.
very proud of him. Yes, we've done a lot of work together in the NBA and in the EuroLeague. So
What are the things as you watch the young players play? What are the things that you want as someone that's helping them in this transition accomplish with this experience?
I want them to understand that it's a team sport. You know, even if they have God-given ability and skill, that to learn how to be in a group setting and perform well. And toys under fire, that's what we say, and that's what they've been really working on. Yeah, and there's just great dudes, and they really, really, really want to hoop, and they love it. And I have to kick them out of the gym all the time.
Shay Dawson is the general manager of Team Overtime. She joins us now. There's her brother, Malcolm Thomas, with a pass off into the corner. And Devin Dorsett hits the three-pointer. A little bit of a clap from Shay here. You're one of only 2 women in the TBT field who are general managers this year. Is that something that you think about? And if so, what and how do you think about it?
I certainly do think about it. It's very hard as a woman, you know, in a male-dominated industry to kind of get these kind of opportunities. So I'm really serious about my craft. I love humans. I love athletes, and I've been doing this for about 15-plus years, so that 10,000 hours is paying off.
Amen to that. 10,000 hours, definitely. Missed shot there from Marcus Thornton. How did this team come together as far as making the transition from overtime to now overtime elite, which started last year?
Well, it was a team effort at overtime. We had an idea of elevating our player experience and try to get our young guys some experience versus pros to show that what we're doing at OTE is really, really innovative and disruptive, but also legit. And so you can see that out here as these guys are poised under fire, and we really love what they're doing. And we just brought the vets in. That's just from relationships from years ago.
Sure.
And yeah, so just bonding together and collaborating on something good, something new.
How do you find the balance between obviously their commitment to wanting to becoming the best players they can be, and then also helping them grow, whether it's academically or socially, as they're so young right now?
Yeah.
That they're in a stage of their lives, and look, we hope that all of them become pros.
Yeah, well, players
But if they're not, what things are you guys doing to help them cross that next bridge in their lives?
Right. So what we do is we practice pro habits at OTE. We have schedules, locked schedules from morning practice to school. Our learning facilitators, our player development staff. Kevin Ollie is really doing a great job in our program. Damian Wilkins, who played in the league. And we're just really emulating what the system looks like from a day-to-day standpoint. And you know, they've got to get up for breakfast, they got to go to lunch, they got to go to shoot around, and so just having a really pro schedule so that they're ready once it's their number called. It's their time.
Sounds like a good setup to me, Coach. I don't know, Shady, got room for another one in your next enrollment class?
He liked the whole idea about having set times to eat.
Man, we're rolling out the red carpet, I can say that, that's for sure.
Marcus Foster with that last bucket for Omaha Blue Crew. It's a 10-point lead now. Shay, we'll let you get back to watching your team compete. Thanks so much for joining us, and again, welcome to TBT. It's great to have you.
Thank you so much. Shout out to my mother, Lori Dawson, and my fiance, Nafis Ritz.
Thank you. Pass that on.
I like it. Nothing but a good shout out.
Thank you, Shay, for joining us. Her team's playing well right now, but they just coughed up the basketball, and it's Omaha Blue Crew ball. $1:05 left in the third. Nice of her to join us, really was.
Very good, and really good insight into the day-to-day, basically, experience for these young players.
Austin Chapman. Suarez hit a couple of threes in the first half. Tracks down the loose ball and does turn it over. Daisy and Gortman finds Malcolm Thomas. Gortman.
Good pull up.
Pull up automatic, yes.
As far as trying to do just too much, those turnovers, shot selection, he's got to be a little bit more solid. And right now, we've got a very good game going on right now.
That's why we had to let Shea go. Get back to watching our team mount this comeback here.
That was a foul off the ball when the ball was in the air by, I think, Suarez. Be a 4-point play.
I just keep going back to Malcolm Thomas for this overtime team. He's been, I think, the glue that has kept this train on track. As good as the Thompson twins are, Malcolm Thomas has really played a huge role.
He's fiercely competitive. He can rebound the ball. He doesn't back down. He's got a maturity to him. Very impressive.
Final day of NBA 2K23 Summer League is tomorrow. The championship game between the Blazers and the Knicks starts at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ESPN. Suns-Pacers on ESPNU follows that. Wizards-Warriors close it out on ESPN2. Highly entertaining 9 days so far. My broadcast partner Seth Greenberg was out in Vegas, I know, because of his farmer's tan.
Tell you what, it is an experience. The Summer League is a life of its own. As a basketball fan, the basketball world meets at the Summer League as it does in the TBT, quite honestly.
Up for grabs, and here's Jalen Martin. Amen Thompson couldn't jam it home. Shot clock turned off for the finale of the third quarter. A 13-4 run for team overtime since the score was 55-40. Omaha Blue Crew. For the final possession of the third, it's taken away by Jahen's Monagot. And then a foul is called on overtime.
And they'll shoot 2 free throws. Just playing with the ball, a little loose with the ball. You see Monagot in that gap, and that's the difference. You see defender in the gap, back dribble, change directions. You can't attack that gap. And that's just the size and the physicality of the defense. These are big free throws right now because overtime has dominated the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game. A lot of it to do with Blue Crew's shot selection and decision making.
Monagot was a 4-year starter at Creighton from 2010 to 2014. His nickname in Omaha, Canadian Red Bull, because of all the energy that he provides. I got nothing out of you on that. I thought for sure you'd.
I mean,
what, do you like Monster instead or something?
No, I mean, like oh, that might go.
Close from Gordon.
I think he's made a couple of big shots and he plays with good energy. He looks like maybe he could be the mayor of Creighton.
60-53, team overtime. Down, but certainly not out. A great third quarter for this upstart TBT team. Fourth quarter, Elam ending. Stick around. It's coming up next. The basketball tournament is presented by Puma Basketball and by Sling TV, the official streaming partner of TBT.
The Omaha Sports Commission, Omaha Blue Crew, like to thank all the fans in attendance today. We're excited to have you and thank you for coming and showing your support. Buy your tickets for the next round of matchups can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com. Come support your team with Plus for $1 million.
7-point lead for head coach Josh Jones and Omaha Blue Crew. Here is the Zell winning share. Winning prize money will be sent with Zell. Fans can win too at thetournament.com/Zell. For Omaha Blue Crew coaches and players, taking in around $71,500 if Omaha Blue Crew goes on to win TBT. Coach, the last 3 champions of the basketball tournament have been alumni teams, like this Creighton alumni team on the floor here. And by the way, the winning shares for overtime if they go the distance.
Yeah, both of these teams, obviously, it's nice to see that. Quite honestly, I like when teams share their winnings, but this Blue Crew team is a talented team. At times, their shot selection has not been good. The difference in this game has been turnovers.
Amen Thompson, contested shot, second try, too strong. And the ball won by Blue Crew. Marcus Foster fouled by Amen Thompson.
And that's the first sign of a little bit of frustration by Amen Thompson, but really good job of the Blue Crew walling up on those. But what an athletic play he made to get that second shot opportunity.
Monaghan on Martin. Smith for 3. Off the heel. Rebound saved by Chapman. He gets it back from Harrell.
And no spacing right now. Trying to get a quick post up right there from Harrell.
Here's Chapman. It would have been good if it had fallen. Dorsett the rebound.
That ball got it stuck on one side of the floor. This is a problem right here. That ball got stuck on one side of the floor for the whole possession.
First time we've seen a little bit of frustration from Amen Thompson. Dorsett for 3. The ball was spinning horizontally.
Didn't come out clean, but that's a late closeout. We got a 5-point game, or excuse me, a 4-point game right now. And now the athleticism and the length. Let's see how the Blue Crew respond. Because I see a little bit more physical. That should have been a backup. A little more physical right now, overtime team.
Smith lays it in. Huge bucket for Blue Crew. Lead back to 6. Plenty of time left. When we get to under 4 minutes, the next dead ball stoppage will trigger the Elam ending. Turn off the game clock, play to a target score. Amen Thompson, 9 points.
He is hard to keep out of the lane, and his explosiveness to the rim. They created the switch. He attacked the switch. He got to the rim. Now, again, you see the changing defenses, the ability to get the ball out of the hands.
Amen batted the rebound to his brother Ausar, who is met and fouled just across the timeline by Austin Chapman.
And right now, overtime is trapping the ball at half court, and just by trapping the ball at half court, it's speeding up the Blue Crew. And then Thompson, watch as he keeps his dribble alive right here. Gets a switch, big long step, an easy finish. He made that look easy. That is not an easy play. But his ability to change speeds and then throw that ball out by the defense and get to the rim. That is a big-time game, and we have a 4-point game with basically 3 minutes to go or so before the Elam ending.
Yeah, good point. Jay Gort, as they call him, with the kick out to Jalen Martin. And Ausar Thompson with the rebound, but he pushed off.
Right now, the Blue Crew is responding to the overtime defense. They've got to be a little bit stronger with the basketball. They've got to understand they're going to get a second defender run at them, and then they got to play off a second pass. Watch the trap coming right here. Now it's one pass. They got to make a second pass out of that thing.
There's Harrell, who fumbles it away.
It's a real simple play. You throw out of the double team, you've got an advantage. Now you got to read advantage, disadvantage, and you've got to make the right play. Harrell's got to get to a spot, draw a defense, and make a play.
There's some apprehension inside Sokol Arena right now. The Omaha Blue Crew, Creighton's alumni team, is dominating this game at one point, and things slowly changed in the third quarter, and team overtime has carried that momentum into the fourth now, but still down 4 on the road, as it were. White nearly traveled. Dorsett's got 3 threes in the game, and it'll stay that way. Edmond Gilder to Thurman. Thornton got a hand in the passing lane. Stays on this end. What do we got, Coach?
Gartman just went out. I don't know if he rolled his ankle or he was cramping.
Darn
Oh,
it.
he just rolled that ankle.
Hate to see that. Thurman, rebound Dorsett. Quishon Parker is on the floor right now, number 12, with Jazion Gortman injured. Thornton for 3. Parker keeps it alive. And a foul called on Omaha Blue Crew.
Blue Crew haven't run any offense the last 3 or 4 possessions. You'd think an older team would be more mature and poised, and right now, offensively, they are really stuck. They got to get better ball movement, people movement. On the other end, overtime right now, I'd like to see them get something at the rim. They're getting to the rim and kicking out for threes. Let's see if they can get something at the rim.
That's a reversal of earlier in the game when all overtime was getting was looks at the rim. White misses the settle. Ronnie Harrell tries to back down Thornton. That's a really tough shot.
That was a tough contested shot right there.
Ausar Thompson. Three-pointer missed by Parker. Omaha Blue Crew trying to take some momentum into the Elam ending. Harrell misses, so does Thurman on the tip slam. Overtime ball.
That was almost the top 10.
You put it at 11.
Everything's been a jump shot here.
Or a step back in this case. Boy, Devin Dorsett, it's
Devin
a big
Dorsett
rim
is
for him.
a shot maker right there now.
Back to a 4-point Blue Crew lead.
And we're getting close to the Elam ending.
Ausar Thompson thought he picked it cleanly, and he
Tell you
did,
what,
but it's out of bounds.
Their hand pressure and their ability to sit in the stance and get deflections and pressure to basketball is so impressive. 21 on the clock, 34 seconds to the Elam ending. This is a big possession right now for Blue Crew. If they can get a bucket to stop here and get it back, they've got to get a good shot. And they've got to get a shot that someone creates for someone else as opposed to the guy who starts with the basketball.
Biggs drives. Right hand good. Ausar Thompson. Hook shot goes. Wow. 9 for Ausar to match his brother.
And now the question is, is the turnover.
A steal and a foul on Devrel Biggs. This is crazy. It's a 3-point game.
Well, I mean, Blue Crew's done a lot of this to themselves, and I think a lot of it had to do with overtime's a commitment to being more physical defensively and taking Blue Crew out of any offensive flow. And then their shot selection, if they could just improve just a little bit and not settle.
Team overtime has never led. Thornton turns it over. We are in Elam ending territory now. The next
That
stoppage.
should be a timeout right now. They got the ball, timeout.
And Josh Jones is calling for one, and it's granted. So the target score, 8 points ahead of the leader, will be 74. And the first team to 74 wins this first round at TBT Showdown. There won't be overtime, but team overtime is trying to extend this game. We'll return from DJ Sokol Arena for the Elam ending. One hole left to plug in the second round Omaha Regional bracket. Either Omaha Blue Crew or Team Overtime will fill it and play Team Arkansas tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN3. Gutter Cats, the 1 seed, and the 4 seed Always Us, an Oregon alumni team, have already advanced to round 2. So 3 of the 4 spots filled in, and let's take a look at our Elam ending rules, brought to you by Sling. Seth Greenberg loves to do this graphic, but I'm going to take it this time.
Please.
Thank you very much. Game clock stops. Target score has been set. Target score equals the leading team score plus 8, so it's 74. And the first team to 74 wins.
Most important thing, common foul. If the team's in a bonus, it's 1 free throw, and you get the ball back. So the idea is play downhill.
Tipped in by Trayshawn Thurman. Yeah, that's worth a flex. 11 for Thurman. And Omaha Blue Crew needs 6 to win.
See, the Blue Crew is in the bonus, so I would not settle and be a jump shooting team.
Thornton is being hounded by Admon Gilder. Dorsett open for 3. Scalding hot. Devin Dorsett's got 14. That's Dorsett's 4th 3 of the game. Deverell Biggs with the cross. And the foul. He's going to the line.
Marcus Thornton's picking up Deverell Biggs in the backcourt. The problem is you got to keep him in front, because every time he gets downhill, he either gets fouled or gets the ball on the rim. You get opportunities to get second shots. Biggs has been really, really good.
Deverell Biggs playing in his second TBT. Hits the first free throw. TheTournament.com/tickets is where you can find TBT tickets on sale now for all of the great regionals and the championship round in Dayton. Biggs gets them both, and Omaha Blue Crew needs 4 now.
And here's the key. If the ball's in either twin's hands, all right, you have to help on the drive, and that's where Dorsett's getting all these jumpers.
Amen Thompson's got it now.
There it is. They try to get the flare.
Ausar Thompson. bricks the three. Amen bails him out. And then a foul called on the ground.
If I had one critique of both Ausar and Amen is they've got to really kind of continue to work on their release on shooting the jumper right there. But
Agreed.
see right there, really not on great balance, elbow not underneath. Didn't collect themselves off the rhythm dribble.
So this is interesting. Dorsett takes the free throws, even though Ausar Thompson drew the foul. One shot and the ball, because it was a common foul. And Dorsett's the guy you would want at the free throw line, absolutely, in that situation. He's got 15 points in the game, and it's team overtime, ball down 3. But more importantly, 7 points away from that target score. Needed to win.
They've been trying to set some flare screens. Good cut right there by Dorsett. But now you got to be in the gap. Got to be in the gap, and you can't let these guys get to the rim.
Malcolm Thomas gets the shot away and drops it in with 2 on the shot clock. 1 point game. Pressure on Omaha Blue Crew. Foster is fouled. So that's a free throw for Omaha Blue Crew plus the ball.
Was it on the way up, or was it?
I thought it was a blocking foul. On the floor.
On the floor.
See?
You're paying attention. It's about time. There's the foul.
Marcus Foster played at Creighton recently, 2016 to 2018. Big free throw, and now a three-pointer wins it for Omaha Blue Crew. And they have the ball.
And I would drive this thing again.
So no three-pointer, you're saying.
Don't have to drive it, get fouled, and then you can finish it with a 2.
No, he had him on the floor.
Then we're going to shoot 2. Oh, he had him on the floor?
He had him on the floor. He had him on. Wait. He had him on the floor. So it's one shot and ball.
No, it's not in the bonus yet. It's underneath. No,
Only in the bonus.
Are they not in the bonus?
He's underneath.
Blue Crew is not.
You got 1. Go. Let's go.
It should be Omaha Blue Crew ball. According to our interpretation of the rules. And it is. So they took away the free throw. So it's still a 4-point target score deficit. Not anymore. Admon Gilder. Bucket and a foul.
What a great cut by Admon Gilder. Again, if you turn your head, a good offensive player is either going to spot or cut. Biggs goes baseline, boom, right there. Gilder sees the turn of the head, runs right to the front of the rim, plays through the contact. That is a grown man play. That's King McClure back in the day.
Admon Gilder with a free throw to make it a 1-point game, if you will, to bring Omaha Blue Crew 1 point away from the target score.
So they weren't in the bonus. That's why they didn't get the free throw and the ball back.
Thank you.
And now they're in the bonus.
Gilder hits the free throw. Crowd on its feet.
You got to defend without fouling, keep the ball in front, force a contested shot.
Timeout, Corey Frazier in team overtime. Omaha Blue Crew 1 point away.
At first. Play it straight up. Play it straight up there.
Switch everything.
Switch everything.
Yes.
We don't even have to pick up full court now.
34, 54, 53, 53. Hey, 53.
Omaha Blue Crew leads by 4, but more importantly, they need 1 point to hit the target score of 74 and move on to the second round of the basketball tournament 2022. Chris Foster, Seth Greenberg. Team overtime, we thought, had no business in this game circa the second quarter, but they have put forth a heck of an effort down the stretch.
They've been terrific defensively in the second half. They've sped up the Blue Crew. They forced them into bad shots. They've forced them to play a little quicker than they wanted to play. And on the other end, all right, Dorsett's really got it going. I mean, he's made big-time plays. The Twins have been really good. They've been terrific on the defensive end. They've been active. They've been alert. They've got deflections. They've gotten in the lane. They haven't shown they can shoot the basketball. So, you know, the big thing is right now for Blue Crew, keep them out of the lane. Don't overhelp off of Dorsett. If you help off of Dorsett, he's going to knock down a 3, and we're going to have a really interesting end to this game.
So Dorsett is going to inbound.
Inbound is sometimes the most dangerous guy. Watch the flare screen for Dorsett. There's the flare.
White has to swing it to Dorsett. Goes the other way instead.
They'll switch on that. Can't go by people.
Deep 3, strong. And the rebound tracked down by Biggs. 1 point to win it. Stripped, Biggs, blocked by Ausar Thompson. Hangs on to it, improbably, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow points to the Blue Crew.
12 seconds on the clock.
We all right. Up easy. We good. Yeah.
Really good job off the ball.
Everybody good? Yep.
Whew. Now, man, with a big-time alert play.
Now one. Thank you. You got the ball.
Hard place to get the ball in bounds in that dead corner. First and foremost, you got to get the ball in bounds.
Sure is.
No, you good. Listen. Ball. Bill. Malcolm. This is going to be you.
Blue Crew timeout.
Let me have Devin. This is going to be you.
Overtime down, but not out. Omaha Blue Crew still needs that final point.
Get out. Don't stop. Right out. Over here. Out. You're down. You got here. Kick out. Turn around. Get built. Got it? So you got to wait. You got to wait. You got to wait.
Let's take a listen inside the huddle of Omaha Blue Crew and head coach Josh Jones.
Yeah. Don't adjust your shit. Shoot a free throw. Sorry.
We're going to see some tricky NBA play coming out of this one by Dougie McDermott.
Dougie buckets.
Trying to draw up one of those sneaky Greg Popovich plays.
You just need 1 point. You don't have to overcomplicate this.
Got to get the ball in bounds first. First and foremost, got 12 seconds left. We saw that earlier today in Always Us. First thing you got to do is get the ball in bounds.
And it's taken away. Ausar Thompson, Dorsett, Malcolm Thomas is fouled. Well, you were right, Coach, again.
Once every, a clock's correct twice a day. Look, you have to get the ball in bounds. You can't be he's got to run the ball right there. Admiral Gilbert's got to run the ball into his hands. But you've got to make sure, first and foremost, get the ball in bounds and then play out of that.
So Malcolm Thomas to the free throw line. Got to give this over team credit for their resiliency. $1 million prize. No sense to back down. Short. They love that in Omaha.
Right now, free throw blockout becomes really important. All right, who's taking out the shooter? Who's pinching on the Twins?
(73-70), and Omaha Blue Crew still needs a point. Foster on Dorsett. Steps inside and is fouled with a chance to win it.
And that's the play you got to make. Get down the stretch, get to the rim, shot fake, crack someone, get to the line. And that's a veteran player making a veteran play. Middle of the floor is space. You got to stay home on the wing, see how open the floor is. Little change of pace, little shot fake, and there it is. Dorsett on his high.
Blue Crew. They're playing tomorrow night. On the made free throw by Marcus Foster. The Creighton alumni team is advancing to the second round on its home floor.
It wasn't pretty the second half, but they found enough plays to make. So impressed with this overtime team and their resilience and their competitive spirit. So impressed with Ahmed and Ausar Thompson, their ability to just continue to play. You see their potential. And again, we talk about lottery picks, we talk about top 5 picks. You see their impact defensively. You see their impact with athleticism. You see their impact with their length, their ability to get deflections. But to me, the thing that impressed me the most was their poise. What do they have to prove on? They got to be able to shoot the ball off the dribble. They have to get to a spot and elevate. High basketball IQ, fiercely competitive, a fun game, and a fun game to be part of as we're going to continue to watch their growth.
What do you think about the second round games now? Gutter Cat versus Always Us, and this Omaha Blue Crew team takes on Team Arkansas.
Yeah, Team Arkansas, I'm interested to see how they score. Barford, obviously, and Courtney Fortson. Will Sonny Weems play? If he doesn't play, I think they'll struggle in their up front. Although I thought that it'll be an interesting game to watch. Gutter Cats is a team that has a lot of dudes that can make buckets.
Our Ian J. Brandy celebration of the game features Jahens Managat putting the placard into the second round for Omaha Blue Crew. Canadian Red Bull for you.
Canadian Red Bull, he gets the nod. I like it. He made some big time threes. Manny Sanchez in the first half, I thought he tried to do too much a little bit in the second half. I thought that having Foster and Gilder on the court at the same time was a good move defensively. But really impressed. First of all, what a turnout for the people here in Omaha. I mean, absolute. The hospitality, the turnout, the ownership, the enthusiasm, second to none. Very cool.
The bracket official for the second round in Omaha. Gutter Cats and Always Us tomorrow night, 6 Eastern. Omaha Blue Crew and Team Arkansas, the nightcap. Hoping for another packed house at Sokol Arena to support the hometown team, the Omaha Blue Crew. Both those games on ESPN3. And we're looking for our first upset in the Omaha Regional still. Great first day of action. Holy cow, are we in for a fun ride to Dayton and that $1 million winner. 4 teams, 1 win down, 5 to go. We'll be back from Omaha tomorrow. For Seth Greenberg, I'm Chris Foster. For our fantastic crew, TBT is back.